Testing. Everyone, can you hear me? Oh, you heard my test. Good. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday night. Let me go see. I'm going to go see who all is in here so far. Let's see. Oh, hello, Pertinent. Nice to see you. Digital, Prof, Dark Arts. Hey, Adrian. It's our beautiful mod, Adrian. Let's see who else we got in here so far. Hey, American Night Mom. Good to see you. Lisa Guineau. Hello, Lisa Guineau. Let's see. I need to do something with you, Lisa. Let's see. I need to, I don't know how to do that. Trying to add, oh, for crying out loud. I need to make you a mod, Lisa, and I'm trying to figure that out. So give me just a second here while I figure that out. Or tell me how to do that, Adrian or somebody. Let's see. Who else we got here? Let's see, Lisa. Let's see, I already said Lisa. Hey, Digital, what's going on? Hey, Critter Mama. Got Sunflower Soul in here. Yay. Oh, hey, Christina. I need to do something with you, too. Trying to throw you a wrench. Hey, Adrian, how do I throw them a wrench? Or can you throw them a wrench? I don't know who can throw them a wrench. Hey, it's me, Monday, in here. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Trial Junkie, good to see you, too. Carla Ann. Let's see. Who else we got? Hey, Deb, what's going on? Good to see you, too. All right. So let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me add. There we go. Oh, she took herself off the stage. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. All right. Can you guys still hear me? Let me get New Day up here. Hey, New Day, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Pretty good. Been a long day. Had a little
I'm doing.
rugrat tagging around all day. So.
I'm sorry. What? Right. Right.
Tagging around.
She dropped out. Yeah, rugrat tagging around. Yep. Oh, okay, guys. So I think I finally got the computer set up today properly after all this time. I actually was able to download the presentation that I tried to do the other night. So this ought to be a pretty good show tonight. We're gonna be, we're doing digital dupe too. Really, it's just the better version of digital dupe one with the actual presentation this time. Oh, geez Louise. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm trying to figure out how to add a couple people as mods here, and I can't seem to figure that out on here. So, if go to the actual YouTube studio. Oh, YouTube stream. Oh, okay. I'm scared to do that right now. I am scared to do that right now. Let me see if I can do it from my phone. Hang on just a second.
Hey, artist.
Yes.
I didn't know if I was still on here or not. I couldn't tell.
Yep.
I think.
I think everybody can hear us, I hope. It seems like
Yeah.
everybody can.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
okay, good. Maybe I finally kind of figured this thing out, this streaming stuff.
I
So,
know you've
good
been
Lord, I hope.
working on it. Oh, hey, Christina.
Yeah.
Nancy Drew. Wow, we got 27 people here tonight. Y'all ready to party on
Yay.
a Saturday?
That's right. Getting ready to partay. Let's see.
Okay.
Let me
Well,
see here. Just figure out how to do this real quick. Go ahead and tell them a little more about what we're going to do tonight.
well, I know you've been working real hard on putting the presentation together and getting things to be able to show some things that we weren't able to do the other night when we talked. Um, it's really good to see everybody in here tonight. Sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice. Um, I hope it don't sound too scratchy. Hopefully I won't cough in your ear. But yeah, artist has been working really hard to put together a good presentation. I think she's come a long way this week on figuring some things out. So, we're not professionals at any of this. We're just, like we always say, two middle-aged white women who care and want to make all of this make sense in our brains somehow. Um, so I'm glad you guys are here with us tonight, and we'll pick through some of this and be able to talk a little bit more about some of the things we talked about the other night, the James Renner 360 videos, um, some of the discoveries we've made
Mm-hmm.
this last week just by going back to the beginning and listening to a lot of uh, the media coverage, um, the interviews with the families, and there's a lot of gold in them. They're old media things, and I think it's important we go back. It's been a wealth of information for me because as time goes by, we sometimes forget the timing of when we received certain information, and that timing always seems really important in this case. So when we go back with the new information we have now, um, we some of those breadcrumbs that we feel like have disappeared over the years kind of reappear. They're there again, and we can follow some different anomalies and take some look at some things that we couldn't see before because we were so buried in a narrative that's been pounded into our heads for a decade now.
Yep,
So
almost a decade for sure.
yeah,
Way too long, anyway. Yeah, so we've got a lot of things to go through. I've also got that forensically loaded up just so I can show you guys kind of how that works if you're not familiar with it. I know I've mentioned it several times. I like it.
Is,
It's a good open source program to do a little deeper diving into digital stuff. Um, we'll talk more about that. We also want to try to get Adrian up in here. Listen to me talking up in here.
up in her.
um, I know up in here. Uh,
What's up, Matt Payton?
Sunflower said, yeah, Matt Payton. Sunflower says it's time to step away from the banana pancakes.
Well, yeah, we really haven't
Oh my
talked about
goodness,
those too much
that's
in
hilarious.
in the last
Oh
few
my
times
goodness.
we've gotten together.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys here tonight. So, yeah, I was actually able to load this up. So, believe it's raring to go. Different things tonight. A lot of what I'm going to show you is stuff that I of Apophis has pointed out as anomalies within the like bridge guy footage and stills, and also in like that Abbey Bridge picture. In any of the fake digital evidence, including anything that was proof of life, basically. And
Yeah,
we'll show you some different things tonight.
because I think
And
that's the thing we've focused on the most is, without a definite last proof of life, how
mm-hmm.
none of the rest of it. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
load
I
us
mean,
up.
you obviously
Show us
got
what
you
we
guys.
got.
Yeah. All right. You guys all know we have a problem with that, and we feel like if the digital evidence that's from the night before and whatever is not real, then obviously that timeline is busted. So let's start. Let's start up the show. Look at that, a slide, everybody! Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay!
Artists
Finally
doing
figured
that
this out.
damn thing. Old
I knew
women
I'd get
can
it
learn new
eventually.
tricks.
It sucks setting up a new computer. Let me tell you, especially when you have Unified Demand set up on its own Google account. It was like a whole cross thing. It's so
Yeah.
confusing. But I got it. I finally just thought it through and thought, oh, duh, that's why.
Woo woo.
All
You
right,
guys are
here we go.
awesome. Thank you for
So,
sticking through with us, guys. And you guys are awesome. Yeah,
absolutely.
technology. Oh,
That's right.
well,
Oh
look
my
at
goodness.
that there bridge
So
photo.
yes, so this is a photo. Tell them who it's taken by. Or taken by
Well,
in quotes.
this was a photograph by uh, Kyle Keener, J. Kyle Keener. He goes by Kyle. Um, and at the time, he was employed at the Pharos Tribune. And he is,
Mm-hmm.
when you Google the guy, he's known as a world renowned photographer. Lots of his
Right.
stuff has been used by Associated Press. And um, so, yeah.
Yeah, he's had a pretty prolific career as a photographer.
hmm
So,
So, this pic, we've heard about a picture that hasn't been seen by the
it's kind
public.
of an optical illusion in a way. Uh huh.
Yeah, we've heard about a picture of Libby laying on the bridge or leaning over, looking over the bridge. And when I heard that, this is the picture that came to mind. I thought, oh my God, did they use that? And then
Yeah.
when I kind of zoom in on this, I can't tell if that's really an Amish guy leaning over the edge or if it's, I don't know, somebody with long blonde hair. in a hat.
It's kind of an optical illusion. Of course, you can see the backside walking away of the Amish guy carrying the child, what we call the Amish guy. In the foreground there, in the background, I mean, walking away.
Well, is he walking away? Because in the photo where he's walking towards us, that child is on the same side.
Well, he certainly looks like he's walking away here.
I know. I know it does.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
But if you zoom in on it, it kind of looks like he's not even, his feet aren't even really touching the, I don't know. It's all strange. It's all strange.
Yes, it is. It is strange. It is very strange.
But according to Eye of Apophis, yes, these are photographs that were used as templates in the making of the still photo of BG.
Yes. Adrian's asked if this was this the 14th? When I think wasn't this done at like a different time? This was printed at a different time.
Yes. Yes.
In the paper, in the Ferris Tribune.
Yes. These were photos that, yes, were done at a different time, that were in the archive, in his archive photos, through the Ferris Tribune website. And immediately after Eye of Apophis made his video, because there is another photograph that shows that Amish guy in the background carrying the child a little bit closer. And I think artist probably has that photograph too. But he showed us that that was a template that was used to help create some of the imagery. And he had pulled that pic from J. Kyle Keener's archived photos. And after he made that video, there were certain pictures that were in those archive photos that were then scrubbed, and they weren't available anymore. So if you didn't nab them, it's too late.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and that was after he pointed it out, right? And then all of a sudden it was scrubbed out.
Yeah.
But par for the course in this case. So let me go on the slide 2. Here is the front view
there
of
it
the
is.
Amish guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's got the child on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know which. Remember though.
I know which photo though it is, because there is a photograph of a blot with Westfall and Holder and a couple other people, and there's a man standing there holding a child, just like in this photograph, and that's the one that's flipped the other way.
Yeah, there is, and he points. I don't.
And Eye of Apophis points that photograph out also, because it's basically this photo, but they're redressed. It's very odd. I don't know how they did any of this. I really don't. It's like images laid on top of images.
Yeah. American Night. American Night Mom says this is a weird ass pic. It is a weird ass pic. It's always looked weird.
Do you see Nancy Drew's comment there about Julia?
Look at it real close with a magnifier, it looks really weird. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I was saying Nancy Drew's comment. I think there's a slight delay between us again. Nancy Drew's comment about Julia. She had a connection to Amish or plain people, and she apologized and stopped doing her channel
Oh,
around the discovery of this. I didn't. I know she left. I wasn't sure why. I thought she was just getting harassed, but I had no idea that she had a connection to the
oh wow,
Amish.
I did not know that until this very moment. I did not know that. That's interesting. Huh. Let me go on to the next slide here. There's a little bit of a little closer up pic of it. Yeah, it does look odd. It's always looked odd. What I want you guys to keep in mind tonight is this. You don't have to know how to use the different tools and things like that. Um, I had to teach myself, and it's been a very much of an ongoing process, and I'm still not like a pro at it. I'm just good enough to find things, but it took a long time. What I want you to remember is you don't have to be a forensic expert or whatever. Use your eyes, just your eyes, because some of this stuff, some of these weird things are right there. I mean, they're they're visible with the naked eye. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, Tonight, when I show you the forensically thing, if you can't understand that, you're still not getting it, it's okay. Um, because some of these pictures are just things that aren't right. They're just not right. Um, I think New Day would agree with that. Yeah, just use your eyes. But yeah, we'll show you a little bit of that. This picture actually didn't come out too well. This is just one that I took. It's the same picture here. And this is what happened. It's kind of hard to see if you guys can blow it up, do that. This is what happened when I ran it through. Just so there are apps you can get that are like steganometry apps. Like you can just download them on your phone. Most of them are, or a lot of them are free. You can get paid versions that do a little bit more or whatever. And what they're going to do is they're going to look at a screenshot and they're going to tell you if there's any kind of like anomaly, and it'll give you like a percentage of how much of the photograph has like detectable anomalies in it. Um, they're okay apps. You have to remember though with the screenshot, you have to think of a screenshot like this. If you take a screenshot that, like, say somebody just posts something today and you take that screenshot, you don't know how many times that thing's been screenshotted and passed down and passed down. Um, the more it's been screenshotted and posted and re-screenshotted, if that makes any sense, it's going to start to lose like quality. So like like I explained to Adrian earlier, if you copy a picture on a copy machine and then eventually the quality is going to become very poor.
Right. It has to doesn't have to add pixels or something to.
And it's best if you're going to try to look at this, a lot of those things, because we've been involved in looking at this for so long. We have a lot of that early stuff. So those are always the best things to look at, is those very early screenshots. The steg apps are kind of interesting. They're not always, like I said, the more it's been screenshotted and reposted and then re-screenshotted, it's going to lose some quality in the steg apps. Um, the Forensically app is going to let you dive into it a lot deeper. It takes a little more manual work. But that's just the app, and when you blow it up, you'll be able to see it in screenshot, like the percentages and stuff that it was giving me. But there it is. Oh, I forgot I did put it in here a little bigger. You can kind of see those anomalies there. There's just
Yeah.
gaps. There's odd things. Um, you can you can see them. um, just kind of give you an idea, kind of what a steg app can do.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can
All
you hear me
right.
all right, artist?
These are some. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear you perfect. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a delay between us.
Yeah, there probably is. Sorry about that. You know how StreamYard is. So, did you were you trying to say something and I cut you off or?
No. Um no, I just you had stopped talking. I started to say something and you never responded, so I didn't know if you didn't hear me, couldn't hear me, or but I can tell there's a delay because sometimes um, you're not hearing me when I'm talking and you start talking. I just want to be sure that nobody thinks we're trying to be rude to each other or anything like that. That's all. And I also want to make sure you can hear me
Oh
just fine.
yeah, no. Yeah, we're actually sitting in two separate rooms and we can't see each other, so we're going to try not to talk over each other. Once StreamYard mellows out, it'll be easier too. So it always is a little quirky. I did not hear your question though. I don't think so. Go ahead, tell me what you were asking.
I don't remember. Go ahead. You're fine. I just wanted to make sure you could hear me because
Okay.
you hadn't responded that time. You kept talking, so I wanted to make sure that you could hear me as well as I could hear you. That's all. And to let you know there was a slight delay.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. 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 All right. This picture here. This is one that I did, and the name the episode it's in his Shadow Man series. He took this photograph and he put it into. It's kind of like a. I don't know. I've always kind of called it embossed, or it's like a relief type of look. It's just where it kind of makes everything kind of pop out, if you know what I mean by
Hmm.
embossed. That's what it looks like to me. I've always called it like embossing. But
Right.
you can see some of the objects that kind of pop up. Um, like the horse down there in the leg, if everybody can see that, and then there's like a figure next to it. Um, just odd things. You can see there where, this looks like the back of the Amish guy. Looks like his butt there. It's hard to tell because I'm not sure if it
Yeah.
is him walking away or if it's the one with him coming towards us. It's hard to tell.
I think this is the one with
Um,
him coming towards us
I think it is too,
because
because I don't
the
remember
side
him
that
ever
the
doing anything
child's
with
on.
walking away. I remember him always doing it coming forward.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this is the coming forward. So as you can see there, I mean, you guys make up your own mind about it, but I mean, does that not look like his booty right there in the middle?
It looks to me
You
like
know,
a carving almost, into wood or a wall.
mhm. Yeah, it does. Yeah, let's see. Let me blow this up for myself a little bit better so I can see. Um, then on the side too, like notice like where those see what I'm talking about on the side, those really white areas there that look like part of the planks, the railroad ties or whatever they're called. You know what I'm talking about, New Day?
Yeah, point your cursor at it where you're talking about.
Can you see my cursor?
I don't know, maybe. You need a
Oh
finger
man,
up there.
I do need a finger up there. I need a
We need
finger.
Croft, are you still on there? Can you come give us a finger point
give
at
us
it?
a yeah, you could. I'm talking about like if you look at the right side of the frame, you can see like these little. They're like they look like they're part of the ties, like poking off under the rails,
Okay, yes.
and they're real white, which is
Yes, I see it.
kind of interesting to me that they're that color. Um, you look up into the background there and you can see some other figures and things like that, um, which is kind of weird too. We've always been able to see other things in there, and it was always a question of are they things that just pop, and I mean things could just pop up or it could make sense out of something that's not there, except that when you brought up the blue moose thing the other day and made that, it's like now some of the things I've seen, I now know what they are, and they're things from inside the blue moose.
Are you talking about the strange like pipes, the end of the
Yeah,
pipe, or the thing?
the
There's there when and the 43-second video, when if it's Libby that's videoing, turns the phone as Abby runs by her, and you see for an instance where they're going to walk down the hill, um, there is something right there that almost looks like a TV screen or a tablet or something that's right there for a second. It's black shiny
mhm,
like a screen. Um, and that's right when the camera flips upside down too. Yeah, weird stuff
mhm.
like that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it looks like
like
the piping.
yeah, I just see a lot of that stuff in there. Now that now that it's been pointed, it's like now it's like clicked. Okay, that's that thing I'm seeing in the background back there. I'll try to point it out to you guys a little bit later and run through these slides because I have a lot. I'm just showing different examples right now. Now this though, we all know what this is, right? This is the weird sketch that was supposedly drawn by Brian Phillips, and then there's some question as to who actually drew it. Um, what's odd about it
Yeah,
though is that first of all that somebody drew this,
well,
you know, and the
well, if
and the different things that are layered in this thing.
well, it's not just that. If you look at the feet on this image, if you just go down and just look at like from you know the crotch area down and just look at the two legs and the feet, it looks like he's walking the other way.
Oh yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And then when you zoom in on it more, there's like an emblem type thing kind of hidden up in there in the jacket. Um,
Hmm.
there's lots of things like in just the sketch that are strange.
Well, what do
And
we
then of
know
course,
about this sketch?
well, supposedly it was drawn by Brian Phillips, who Amy case by case. She actually talked to Brian, right? Am I right about that? I think yeah, an interview. She had an interview with him before he had
Yeah,
to go
she
back
did
to
an interview.
prison.
Hmm. And who is
And
Brian?
well, what I know him from is from her discussions about the David Kallenberger case, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but do you know why he's in prison right now?
I know that we talked about this recently, but I know you know that better than I do. So go ahead and tell that part because you'll tell it better than I will.
Well, I believe he was convicted for calling in a bomb threat to the
Oh yeah, that's
Packers meat
right. Mhm.
packing plant in Delphi. Um, but there's been some questions about that too, because apparently he was locked up when he made that call, and as and a lot of this is just rumor, things I've heard through chat. Um, but what I heard from people is that he was locked up when those threats were made and called in, and that they convicted him on an officer testifying that that was his voice in the phone calls,
That's
but they
right.
never, but I guess they never played the phone calls. Um, and
Hmm.
Brian claimed he didn't do it, and they didn't ever really show, I guess, any proof that it was just kind of like on an officer's word, kind of like they convicted Rick of, yeah, he was Bridge Guy's voice because I listened to all his audio calls, but I'm not an expert.
Right. Yeah, Rick's voice is the sound of two different voices on
Right.
the guys down the
So
hill. Yeah.
so Brian was friends and had information, I guess, that he did speak with Amy case by case of regarding the missing person, David Kallenberger. Um, and um,
Who if I recall
somebody told me in the chat that one of the questions that she had been prompted to ask Brian was about this picture that he had drawn, and I don't know that that question ever got asked or answered.
right.
Someone told me it didn't get asked, and I watched that, and I don't ever remember them talking about this at all. I'd have to go back and watch it because that's been about 2 years ago, I think, that she did that interview with him.
I do remember though that he was doing it from a park. I do remember this because I listened to that too, and because I found the Kallenberger thing interesting.
Oh,
But
I
I
find it
remember,
very interesting because Holman's connected to that case, and so is Kendall, his partner.
yeah, yes,
And
absolutely.
and in
Hmm.
my opinion, they're both dirty cops.
Well, if I remember right too, he was doing that interview over the phone from a park, and he had been on the phone doing the interview with her for quite a while, and all of a sudden I remember, I believe law enforcement came up and like told him that he had to, kind of harassed him a little bit while he was in the middle of the live. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, we've got a few people asking some questions and talking about it in the chat. I'm not sure when the sketch came out. Maybe somebody else could help me with that. If I recall correctly, the story on it was drawn by someone who, before we knew who it was, the name on it, excuse me, it was drawn by someone who was incarcerated in either jail or prison at the time, and they drew the picture and they mailed it to an attorney or a prosecutor, or I can't remember exactly, but someone received it in the mail. Um, and as far as I know, Brian's never been asked about it. And then I have someone in the chat that is saying that they heard later that actually Anthony Greeno drew this sketch and signed Brian's name to it. So I
Okay.
don't know where that info comes from. One thing I do find very interesting about it, though, is that there's a dedicated line right down the center of it where it's shaded differently. So if you cover up the left side of the photo and you look down at those feet, it looks like someone walking away. And if you cover up the right side of the
Mhm.
photo and look at it, it looks like someone in more of a black jacket walking towards you. Yes, Christina. Kendall. ISP
Yep.
officer, Trooper Kendall.
Yeah, apparently he and Holman were partners or something like that, if I remember right. And there's some sketchy sketchiness between
Well,
Kendall and Valerie Dahl, who was married to David Kallenberger.
yeah, they were said to be having an affair.
Right.
David
And then,
David left town on his Harley to go to Florida to stay with his sister for a while. They were they had just recently found each other because they had both been adopted. And David and his wife Valerie were wrapped up in the methamphetamine world, and
mm-hmm.
he was trying to get away from it was the story. And when he found out what was going on with his wife, he called his sister and said, "Let's finally meet. We've been talking for quite a while now. I need to get out of here." And she said, "Come down and stay." He took off. He got south of Indianapolis on 65, and his bike broke down. He was seen there um, by several witnesses, and then he disappeared.
Yep.
I know
And
at one
yeah,
time there was a garage that was dug up
yes. Yes.
because
That was I remember them talking about that.
Brian said that he had helped um, some other guys that after David was already deceased, is what he claims. These guys had buried him, and they went and got him and moved him to another place, and then buried him under a garage floor. And
Mhm.
ISP broke that cement floor up and didn't find anything. So that's the story on that.
Pertinent says that the sketches remind her of old time storyboards. Yeah, it kind of does. You're right about that. Yeah, I can totally see that. It's yeah,
So
it's an intriguing photograph or photograph sketch. I mean, always has been. It seems to say a lot. I'd like to know what the absolute true origin of it, if it was Brian Phillips or if it was, who knows. But it's interesting nonetheless. Always has been.
well, and with
Um,
this case especially, we've been told by superintendent the previous superintendent of the Indiana State Police, Doug Carter, that he's led us to believe that Flora and Delphi do have a connection somewhere.
mhm.
So that and it's so hard to tell in this case if that's a drawing from somebody who knows something or some things or was part of, or if it's just another chaos agent that knows about the beliefs and the rumors and the different anomalies that have been seen and spoken about in Bridge Guy. Like there have been people who have talked about seeing a gas mask on him, and obviously that
Mm.
sketch is showing a gas mask. So just different things like
Yeah,
that.
like this next slide here is this is another one that I did. This is a good one here because I'm trying to blow it up just a little bit so I can see it better. You could see, so remember I talked about kind of that hard outline. You see that hard outline on the outside of him,
Yeah, the
and
white.
see that yes, and then that shadowing all the way down through the middle, like over most of his forehead area, whatnot, and then down most of his face. See that dark shadow there on the side, guys? Um, I'm gonna have to make a little thing and post it on our channel too. But I shows where the guy in the Flora dash cam, that is the outline, literally the outline of the guy in the Flora dash cam that makes up half of bridge guy right there, which is interesting. And then you can also see over there that light area there. And what he's done is he's running it through. He's obviously running it through some filters in a program that um, things that you can use to try to find anomalies in it, and you can see it there. Like there are anomalies there. Like look between his legs. There's something there. Um, this light blue area up here in the jacket area, definitely something there. And then of course that entire shadow of the guy in the Flora dash cam is interesting. Let me go. Let me see. I have that. Oh, there's just a side by side of the two. It's just kind of an odd. I mean, it's odd. Look at. I mean, look at it. Like somebody had to know something to draw that. Wouldn't you agree with that, New Day? I mean, you have to know something.
Well, I would think so. I would think so. Um, the reason that being, you're talking when we're talking about this like split coloring between the two sides of him, this definite line, and
Mm-hmm.
and you talked about in the actual photo of him, not the sketch Brian did, but the photo of him where this darker shadow is on mostly the right side of his left side, the right side of him as he's facing us, is
Mm-hmm.
is when Eye of Apapa shows us the picture of the guy who's standing in front of or beside the Flora house in the
Mm-hmm.
dash cam video,
Mm-hmm.
one half of him is used in this bridge guy. The other half of him is used in Abby.
Yeah.
So when we're seeing this split, what we're seeing, it's supposed even in this Brian Phillips sketch, the person is telling us that it's two images or two people. It's not one individual. We have a combination of people going on here. And it's because we have a combination of images layered on top of each other, in my opinion. And apparently in Eye of Papa's opinion.
Here's just some stills of that guy in the Flora dash cam who we've we've never figured out exactly. We've um, had discussions about it and who we think it could be. We've come up with a couple different people. Um, I'd like to know who you guys think this is, or maybe one of you knows who this is. Um, I'm very interested to know who this is. Like I said, we've had discussions about it, but
Well, Four
if you
Pits
take
told us who it was.
Four Pits did.
Yes, he
Okay,
did.
who was it?
It's one of the Randalls.
Oh, you know what? That's right. I do remember him saying that. I do remember him saying that. It's interesting. But yeah, if you take this image, guys, and you overlay it onto that prior slide of the bridge guy, that image fits right in there.
The
No
first one
doubt.
on the left of the screen, that is the left side. If you split him in half, how he's looking back at us in the camera,
Mhm.
um, if you take his, because you can't see most of his left side because you're looking at his shoulder,
Mhm.
but if you split him down the middle, that right side you're looking at fits right over the bridge guy.
Yeah, it does. And you know what? I'm sitting here looking at the face, and the
And
face is
that
kind
you
of
can't.
blurry because it's
That's
dash cam.
right. Well, you can't see that side of Bridge Guy's face.
No, but sitting here looking at it, it almost looks like it could be the face of the little boy being carried by the Amish guy in a way. I'm gonna have to play with that. You see what I'm saying? If you like
Yeah.
reversed it and then you kind of cleaned it up a little bit or added some features in or AI'd it to add features in, it almost
Mhm.
looks like that could be. I'm gonna have to play with that. I just noticed that. See, I notice stuff all the time just out of the blue. But yeah,
Well,
if you
now,
take this and you put it on that part of the bridge guy, he fits.
well, and then the other two images that are center and to the right. Do you see how he's got his hand in his pocket and the jacket is like pointed out away
Yes.
from his body there?
Mhm.
Um, those fit onto when Abigail is walking on the 43-second video and the wind gusts and her blouse blows out.
Mhm.
That are those are these frames right here.
Yep, they fit, and I showed us that for sure.
I of Apophis has showed us that.
Mhm. Yeah, see, like here, so here's the picture of Abby on the bridge, and the jacket's kind of pushed out, like her hands are in the pocket, and she's kind of like pushing her jacket outward,
Mhm.
and then the wind's kind of blowing up under the top in the video, and I put
Mhm.
that in air quotes as well, video. Um, yeah, it really does, guys. Like if you shrink it down to the same scale and fit it, it does fit. It's just very interesting, you know. Sure, it could be a coincidence, but there's an awful lot of damn coincidences in this case. Too many coincidences to be coincidences. It's a lot of accidentally on purposes or something. Instead, it's not really coincidence. Um, this too. This is a still from the video right here, and I mean, it's my opinion. It always has looked weird. It looks odd.
Well, look
It
at her feet.
look, oh yeah,
Look at her
for
feet right
sure.
there.
I think actually, let me see. Here's another one. Here's another picture. She's coming towards us. And then right behind her, you can start to see the feet of Bridgefoot there. And yeah, her
Well,
feet. It's
the other thing about this 43-second video, if you watch it, really slow it down and watch it too, you will see that Abby also is on her right side of her body or the left side of her as we're looking at her is more in her jacket is more of a grayish black tint. And if you look to the right, it's blue. Her jeans will do the same thing. Her right leg coming at you, which is on your left side looking at her, will look darker and more like she's wearing black jeans. But the other side looks
mm-hmm.
blue, like blue jeans.
I'm going to show. Nancy Drew is asking how I found these dots to connect. Well, Nancy, he's told us what he used to do. Um, there is a video. Can't remember which video. What's the name of that video? I used to know the number and the name of it. I could find it if I went and looked, but I can't remember the name of it. Where he actually tells us what he used to do, like his history, and yeah, so he's former military, and he went to school to learn how to look at basically like aerial reconnaissance photographs and things like that to look for anomalies. So he started in the old school when it back before the days of internet and all this photoshopping and stuff, and then was in there for a long time, worked in border patrol. Yeah, he did. He has a history. that's what he used to do. And nobody knows who I is, but I mean, the man's proven to me that he is what he is. I'll just say that. Yes, he was a border agent, Carly Ann saying. Yeah, yeah, he was. And then he moved on to another agency after that. He didn't give the exact name of that agency. But I believe him. I mean, he managed to show me what my eyes have always told me things don't look right, but I couldn't explain it. But when he came on the scene, I was like, oh my God, it was like, okay, now it can explain to my eyes what I've been seeing, why things look weird. Because all I know is that they looked weird. Let's see. Let me move on to the next. Okay, this is the Abby at the hotel playing softball after uh, Grandpa. What's his last name? Which Grandpa is? I can't remember that guy's last name.
Williams. It's Cliff
Well,
Williams. It's
yes,
Anna's father.
that's right. Oh, duh. Yeah, I feel stupid now. Yes, Cliff Williams. Um, this is after they went out and got the softball stuff the weekend, right? The weekend of, or before. Sorry, but no, I'm just gonna say it. The weekend of. So this is
Well,
supposedly taken at the hotel after they went and got the stuff to play softball. And I has pointed out that this is also used as a template. Um, and when Adrian comes on, we'll talk more about that too, because she actually has some really good information about that too. We talked about earlier um, about programs that there are programs that you can move, you know, limbs around with. Like you can move an arm, you can do things. But I has shown where this image is like made to create Bridge Abby or fake Abby, as I call her. Um,
look at that
this
sweater.
picture, yes, that's why this picture is in here.
This
It's
picture is
because
important.
of the sweater.
This picture is very important
It is very important.
because that sweater right there
Um,
that Kelsey's
tell us why
wearing,
you think it's important.
that sweater that Kelsey is wearing is the sweater that is being worn in the 43-second video. And that is not the gray zip up sweat jacket that was found in the creek that Abigail Williams was wearing that day. And Kelsey told us for years Abby had her sweatshirt, and that's why they had to change that photo of the girl in the back seat with the weird drawstring on it. That's an altered photograph to make Abigail appear that she's got Kelsey's sweater on, because Kelsey told us all those years she's wearing my sweater. They both had my jackets. They both had my sweatshirts. But that's not
Mm-hmm.
the jacket that Abby was in. And that's not the jacket that Kelsey testified to Abby being in. She told us when she got on the stand that Abby was in her own jacket.
Yep.
And Abby's jacket
Yep.
is
That's
the one
right.
that was found in the creek. But this sweater right here that Kelsey's got on is the sweater in that 43-second video they released a year ago.
Yes. Oh, okay. Adrian's gonna come on.
Yay!
Yay! We're gonna add Adrian on. Yeah, we're gonna have a three-way discussion tonight about this stuff.
Right
Let
on,
me
right
let me
on.
pop Adrian in here. Let me point out something too. Pay it. I want you guys real quick for add Adrian in to look at the drawstring in the sweater, because you're going to see that again here in a second. Only it's going to look much larger than it does in this photograph. Um, which is pointed out. Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Oh, hey, am I echoing back to you guys?
You were not
Can you hear me?
echoing.
Oh, okay.
You're not.
Art artist is the only
Okay.
one echoing.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, how are
How's it
you?
going? Good. How's it going? I'm sorry. I was just like, am I echoing?
I don't know. We are
So
getting
this
an
is
echo from somewhere.
okay. So let me play with some things. Hold on. Oh,
Okay.
I only hear an echo with you, artist.
I hear one with you and with her. So
All of your devices turned down.
yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I don't have them on. I just have the computer.
okay. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yes.
just fine.
Okay. Did that help at all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. I put on headphones.
Yeah, I've got mine in too. Yeah, that definitely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because
we're still getting a
sometimes, like,
little
when
bit
other
of one bit.
Yeah, it's just you, artist.
Well,
well,
let me
artist
let me
wasn't
mute
doing.
myself and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Is that better, guys?
Yeah, that's way better. You sound good now.
Okay. All right. You still there, Adrian?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
mute my mic when I'm not talking.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me go on. Yeah, so pay attention to this picture because it is important. Um, we're going to move. Now, this is why it's important right here. This is the selfie picture taken um, supposedly on the way to the trail that day. And um, right off the bat, this is one of those things I was talking about, you could see with your own eyes. And if you look at the string, the drawstring on that sweater, it looks like the same drawstring that's on the prior photo, only it's much larger and really out of scale. And if you zoom in on that, the way that it appears to be threaded into the hoodie looks a little odd. This picture is a little odd too. What do you guys have to say about that? What do you guys think?
I I think that picture's very odd. I think the looks on the girls' faces are what disturb me in this photograph.
Yeah, and I think the drawstring is super important, what you brought up with the drawstring for sure.
Yeah, let me go to the next one. Um, because yeah, so here this is just a close up. This is from I again, but he's pointing out the picture of Abby wearing a gray hoodie and she's fishing. So he took that because he's pointing out there that there's see that white thing that looks like a rope or something like that down there, or something to do with her jacket. I need to blow it up so I can see it better because yeah. Yeah, see that end of that there? It almost looks like it's like like at edge of a pocket or something. It's kind of hard to tell. But somehow
Yeah,
this
that's
needs to reappear in that drawstring on the jacket.
yep.
Do you see that too, Adrian?
Oh yeah, that's a great observation. Yeah. And then what you were saying too, like on the bridge with like a hella long drawstring and stuff, it like looks like a rope and stuff. Yeah. You guys catch everything for sure.
I don't know if we catch everything. We're pretty obsessed with this stuff.
You catch more than me.
Oh, you know what? I think maybe our echo problem finally went away, I hope. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
everybody sounds real good to me.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Let me go on to the next one here. Okay. This next set of stuff, guys, these are stills from the Music Alley video, and we kind of talked about this the other night. How the faces change, and I talked about that there was an early version of AI, an app you could use back then, where it would, you know, take your face and kind of match it up with famous paintings, artwork, and
Yes, someone in the
and you
chat mentioned what that app was called a few minutes ago. It's called like Van Gogh or something, or
yes,
it was
yeah, that
a
sounds right.
filter that.
Go ahead, New Day. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all I was going to say. I was just trying to remember then pull that. Um, I was trying to pull the chat back up so I could see the name of the app, but I thought it was Van Gogh something. No,
Now,
go ahead. You're doing a beautiful job. Go ahead.
well, this is a close up now of another frame of that Music Alley video. So see, and I'm gonna actually have some, so a collage of these so you can kind of see. But does that face look like that face?
American Night Mom says it was a Snapchat filter.
Oh, it was a Snapchat filter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. See, I've never used Snapchat, but I remember there being something like that. Now here we have that face again. Looks odd. And I'm sorry, but Libby there, that looks like Kelsey to me.
Well, that's not even
Um,
the one. Keep going. There's other ones.
I'm not sure I have them all in here. There's just a little bit more of a close up of the other uh, still. And I've got more of them too. Here's yet another one.
Oh, look at that phone there with the
Yep, there's the
Gryffindor
phone.
case on it. That is not the phone that has a picture taken of it out there in the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not. Hey, Adrian, hit your unmute yourself and see, because I think earlier I heard that echo went away.
Okay. If it comes back, let me know.
Okay, because
Okay,
I'm not here.
because I'm
I'm
not
not
here.
really.
I'm not really.
Nope, there it is.
There it is.
Did
Oh,
it come
geez.
back? It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm gonna mute.
Problem child, you.
Okay, let's see. Let's go on to the next. There's another one, and that looks like Libby, but almost looks like a younger Libby, like from some of the prior videos that she would, like the TikTok videos and stuff. I don't know. She just looks awfully young compared to the photograph.
I don't know.
That's the last proof of life,
Yeah, keep going.
supposedly in the car. To me, face looks younger. It looks like a younger version of Libby. Sorry. Okay, I'm going. Let me move on to this one. Just they're just and see the face. See, especially on Abby, like the face just changes so much.
Yeah, but if they're using a filter, it's going to do that because they're moving around, and so it's trying to keep up with their faces.
Yes,
You
it
know,
is.
I get that.
But here's
But
the funny part. Look at the wall behind them, guys. This is good. This is good because you can see more of that wall. Remember in the Renner 360? Remember where all that artwork was?
yeah, just on that one wall, like they'd only decorated one, and it's
Right.
like a portion of a wall that's just between a window and the corner of the room, so it's not even a full wall.
Let's see. I'm going to put this up there real quick because Christina says it had a filter that let you swap faces for a picture or video. Yeah, that's what I remember. I didn't remember what it was called, but I remember there was something like that. And put it in a picture or video of yourself or someone else. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they used a filter. It's so if they made this and they used a filter, okay, I could see how it would make the faces look weird. But what's weird is that there's nothing on the damn wall.
I know there's nothing up there, but
There's nothing there. Um,
well, they just finished painting, you know.
right.
Can you
Yeah,
take
exactly.
Christina's comment? Yeah, there we go, so we can see these. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's
I know there's just a little collage of the ones that we just showed, just so you could kind of see like how it changed things and like change the appearance. But really, I mean, if nothing else, it's the wall. Like there's nothing on the damn wall. I get into these pictures. Okay. So anyway, Adrian, let me go back. What do you make of this Music Alley thing? I'm going to mute myself so you can.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Oh, I said, what do you think of this? These Music Alley. What do you think of this? What do you make of it?
Oh, yeah, these are scary. And I think it's a really good catch what you found with the wall, too. And I remember when you guys posted this, I remember asking like was this kind of technology available? And now I mean you were saying of course, and then of course everybody in the chat now is saying this too with the different filters and stuff. So it's definitely very possible, right? Like the average person seems like they can do a lot of crazy things even back in 2017.
yeah, I
Yeah,
totally
I
agree
mean,
with that.
yeah, they're definitely. I mean, I remember there being apps. I only remember this because my daughter was kind of in between Libby and Kelsey's age. And, I told you that she fooled me for a long time with Photoshop stuff. I didn't know that they were learning that in school. And then one day she started laughing and, "Oh, mom, I made that pic." I was like, "Oh, okay." That's how I caught on to that. I didn't. I've never used Snapchat, so I didn't know. But I just remember that there was an app. I just couldn't remember what it was. But so that's great. Now we know it was a Snapchat app. And yeah, I remember that there was something that could change your face and stuff. Yeah, there was early stuff. Technology has evolved. AI has evolved, obviously, since then. Um, so, to me, that kind of makes it easier that AI has evolved, though, and catching some of this weird stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it makes it easier now to like look at some of this older versions of AI stuff and go, yeah, that because I think by today's standards, it's not as good as it is now. Scarily, it's too good sometimes now, I think. What do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, New Day.
Oh, New Day stepped out for a minute.
Okay. Well, so it, ChatGPT helped me with the file that was given to me that was run on I don't even know if you would call it like the BG video code. And I would not have been able to understand what any of that was without it. But yeah, I mean, like, just for giggles, I send my boomer parents those AI videos of like cats, like doorbell ditching with like playing instruments to see if they will think that that's real. And I mean, now they know better, so yeah. But you before they were like, how in the world are these cats this talented? So yeah.
Those videos always crack me up.
Yeah, my parents believe a lot of them too, especially my dad, because he's like 90, so he gets a kick out of that. He's always on there looking at those videos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's evolved. Obviously, I don't think it's good that AI has evolved like it is. It scares the hell out of me, quite frankly. What it is good for is looking at some of this older versions of this stuff and going, it's easier to see it in the older versions of stuff. Definitely easier than it is now, I think. Now that we know it exists, right? Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, oh hey says, trust and believe there is a whole lot of work going into keeping the truth about this case from the public. Yeah, 100%, 1000%. That's for sure. It's been I think it's been some people's full time job, honestly, for a while, just hiding what actually happened. A lot of people, scarily enough. Move on here.
Hey,
This,
hey, ladies.
yes.
I'm gonna pop out and come back in a few minutes.
Okay.
I've got to I've got I've got to take care of something with my granddaughter. So I'll be back in. You guys go ahead and take over for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
All right, guys. This next set of photographs here. These I want you to look at when these were taken. This is the bottom of the bridge that I was talking about the other day. And I found the one that I took because it's not there anymore, but I have a screenshot of it that was taken on February 15th by Patrick Clausen. And we talked about who Patrick Clausen was. I told you he was the guy identified at trial as showing up on trail cam in the dark around the crime scene area. And then the next day, on the 15th, he posts this picture and it says, I'm not an engineer, but this may be a problem. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about this, Adrian? Don't you think this is odd?
Yeah, I mean, it's the day after the murders. So, or well, when they're recovered, when the bodies are recovered. So it's kind of a distraction a little bit, you know? I don't know, maybe he was concerned for the community and he was like, maybe nobody should be on this bridge, but also it does kind of seem like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's two girls that have been murdered out here, and this is, I don't know, to me, it's like this is what you're concerned about at this moment. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And can you explain who Patrick Clausen is again? Because, like, yeah, he was a firefighter. And then did he say something about like he was part of the hill folk, like back in the day or something? And then he was also like, was he part of the firefighters of Flora too? Or am I just
I
getting everything mixed up?
I don't know about if I don't remember. I don't know if he was with the Flora Volunteer Fire Department or whatever it is. Yes, his family is part of the Hill neighborhood. We've talked a little bit about the Hill.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, his cousin is the one that wrote all the books about the Hill and the doyens of the Hill and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. That the cousin wrote the books. Okay.
His family owns a maple tree. I don't know if it's maple, but a syrup tree. They make syrup out of tree sap
That's
out there.
right.
Um, and he was the guy that was seen on the trail cam footage and identified in trial. And then it's like, who was that person? They identified him, and then it was just like brushed over, according to uh, a couple people that were there.
Yeah, I need to go and like kind of re-listen to all of the Andrea Burkhart stuff because I feel like she was the most thorough, and I bet she would, she would be the one to be like, "Oh yeah, and there was a man named Patrick Clausen there."
And New Day says that she remembers her identifying him. So yeah,
Okay.
that would probably be a good place to go look that up. Um, okay, this one, guys. I want you. So this is a one of those photos of the bridge. I can't remember who supposedly took this angled weird photograph of the bridge, but I know it's kind of hard to see. But if you look towards that back where it looks like the two, like we know now that there's like two posts or something back there. It's also been talked about that those were people back there at times and things like that. Um, it's hard to see in this photograph, but today when I was looking at this and I had it more blown up for me, I could see an image in the background to the right, kind of where that darkened area is, and I saw yet another something that I recognize out of the blue moose. Which I'm
Wow.
gonna I didn't have time to do it today, but I am going to show you where it is. Not tonight
That's
probably
awesome.
because yeah, it's weird. Like there's definitely I believe that I think I found it. Think I found where one of the blue moose cutouts or whatever is in that, and and I didn't know it until New Day pointed it out the other day, and now I'm like, okay, that's one of the things I've been looking at. I just didn't know how to make sense of it, but now I see it because I've seen
Yeah.
the cutout.
Yeah,
So
you guys are awesome. I mean, you catch so much stuff. And now that people know what to look for and you're going to be showing them the forensically, like imagine how many new things are going to get found.
well, I hope so. I mean, yeah, there's other, yeah. I just want to, we talk about it all the time, and I know it it intimidates a lot of people, but I just wanted to show people that it is accessible. You can play with something like that, and it lets you look at things a lot closer, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
This is just another example here of some of the things that I has pointed out. Again, we've got that shaded or that lighter blue area in the back. I've actually got there's a closer pic of it. This one's kind of blurry. I think I have an even better one. Yeah, here we go. So I want you guys to look at this. And I don't know, I'm gonna flip back out of here. So I took the image from before, which is a still out of I's got a great video where he slows bridge guy down super slow, and as he's moving, you can see things change. You can see different images pop out. Um, I look at this and I see a lot of things. I don't know what you guys see, and I'm just showing you here on the side just how I kind of pull back the brightness a bit, and 'cause I don't AI anything when I do this. You can't because it'll just make up what it doesn't can't make sense out of. It'll just throw extra crap in there. But I just try to kind of, you know, to make part of these areas more visible by just adjusting maybe the brightness or a little bit of contrast just to kind of make things kind of pop out. Um, it's one thing you can do. You just have to be careful with how much of that you do. But I don't know. I'm gonna make my screen smaller so I can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
it
want you
all
guys to
looks
look
like,
at that.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
playing with the
What do you
exposure.
see? Do you see?
I don't see as well as you do, but like this is all of the stuff, the brightness, the shadows, the white point, the contrast, highlights, black point, all of that is exposure. So like any exposure settings that you can go into and kind of play with, You know, that's basically here. Like there's just really simple programs that will do that for you. So that's a really cool thing. I didn't even realize that that could, you know, this is part of the thing, but I'm going to do the thing like you recommended with sunglasses for sure. So
Yeah, because and that's a good thing. Like I've told you, wear sunglasses sometimes. Look at it from different angles. You will see things different. Hey, New Day, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Got to be polarized sunglasses.
Yeah, polarized.
okay, yeah, I'll find
Definitely.
some
And
polarized ones. Yeah.
you can go at it from different angles and look at it different, 8 ways to Sunday. And I'm telling you, different lighting, different things. It's interesting. And the app I'm using here, guys, is it's just like photo editor. It's just like a pretty basic, user friendly app that you can download on your phone. I mean, it's nothing fancy. Um, well, thanks, Nancy. I'm glad you think we're so smart. I tell you what, I'm not an idiot, and I'm bullheaded, and I'm tenacious. Um, and I, I'm also a perfectionist, so I will try to do something until it makes me want to pull my hair out, and then I'll keep doing it. So that's just a lot of it. New Day will tell you that.
That's true.
But yeah, this is just, something that you guys can, just wanted to show you. I mean, this is literally just an app that's very basic. Um, and a lot of the things that I does, if you screenshot those things and you go put them into a basic app like that, I mean, he does help you out a lot. He kind of does part of the work for you. He makes it a lot easier than if you had to try to figure it out completely from scratch. That's for sure. Um, let me see here. Okay, now this is the same thing. I still have it in this photo editor app. And what I've done here is change like the RGB settings. And just to show it in a different color, see, but that same image is still there. It's now just in a different light, a different color arrangement. And you can see it start to pop out. Um, Also, if you look, I'm going to tell you too, some of the things in these photographs and stuff, they are upside down. They might be mirrored. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But you'll see that sometimes the same image mirrored, depending on when, like as bridge guy, especially when he moves, like you can see like the little shifts in like color, and I don't know quite how to explain it. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Uh-oh, New Day fell out.
There we go. Hi.
There you. Hey, what happened?
StreamYard's stupid. I don't know. Yeah,
But yeah,
we've got some people in the chat are asking about. Someone said they could only find the beta version of forensic or
uh-huh.
forensically. I think that was Lisa.
Yeah, I think
And
that that's actually what I think that that might be all that there. That I think that's what I've used too is the beta version.
okay,
I think. I think so. I'm not sure there is another one yet. It might still just be that because it's not really that old of a program. I can't remember when it came out. I know at one time I kind of looked it up. I don't think it's been out that long. What I like with it are the different tools that it gives you because it lets you go deeper than a general steganography app would for sure,
right. But in all honesty,
which I like.
I've never used anything except for the settings on my device just to change the contrast or um, to turn it to lighten the exposure or darken it. Really, all of that, just the lighting, the sharpness, the um, nothing special I've ever used, and I've been able to find some of these things. So you just got to play around with the pictures.
Hey, Adrian, come on and tell them a little bit more about what you were talking to. She was talking to GPT last night to try to um, answer some questions about, I think, metadata and things like that. So I'm going to mute myself and let her come on here so we don't echo, and so she can kind of tell you kind of what Chat GPT said, if she's willing to do that. You want to come on? Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, basically, like, I've been in contact with someone who actually did get to look at the BG, I guess, for lack of a better word, metadata, or like the code that made up the BG video. And he had run some tests on it to see if it was in fact like tampered with. But the tests that he ran were basically just kind of showing the integrity of the file. And all of that was well and good, but there were some issues that if you dug deeper, it would basically, it's a matter of integrity versus authenticity. So the file itself can look like it hasn't been tampered with until you go and you look into these deeper issues. And like, hopefully I don't get kicked. Let me see it. Let me see if I can do this. I'm still there, right? Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, because like the stuff that I found, I just basically gave this video manipulation checks analysis to ChatGPT because I wasn't going to be able to figure out any of it. And what ChatGPT said, there were all these things that showed like that the file appears internally consistent with these different values. The video looks like it's a native iPhone 6 footage. That there's no missing frames. There weren't any missing frames detected. There weren't any obvious freeze frame insertions detected or black frame insertions detected. Again, I don't know what this means, but it said the compression looks normal, but what ChatGPT pointed out was like, what the report does not prove is it does not establish that every pixel in the video is authentic or that no editing ever occurred. So it's like, the ChatGPT was based. Oh, go ahead.
Just because like a frame could be altered before it's encoding.
And so it said, in order to fully investigate the deeper claims, such as like what Iva Pappas was claiming with template use or compositing or image replacement, or even like AI assisted alteration or manipulation prior to final encoding, like New Day just said, you would need a different class of forensic analysis focused on all of these different things, which basically can be explained. But it said sensor noise patterns, camera fingerprinting or the PRNU, the GOP structure anomalies, optical flow consistency, frame-to-frame motion analysis, metadata provenance, and comparison with extracted originals from the device itself. So there are all these different criteria that you would go through in order to investigate whether or not the file was authentic. And the best way to do that is to actually extract it directly from the phone. Like artists and New Day have been saying, you can't just like take a picture of a picture. You have to go directly to the source. So I found that all very interesting.
And if that's not the actual device, then we're not going right to the source, right?
Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah, I loved what you did on your live, how you put that stuff through there, and it tells us exactly what it what it what it does tell us and what that report doesn't tell us. And the things that it doesn't tell us are exactly the things that Eye of Apophis has told us that they used to alter this.
1,000% New Day. Like 10,000% exactly. Yes.
Let's see. Let's see if we get that echo, because I unplugged my headphones because it seemed, I don't know, maybe it helped because I didn't get an echo that time when we were all three on. But while I'm doing it, oh hey Christina, yes, I would love to know what that is. If you've already answered me, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking, but yeah, I would love to know what that other program is, because she says that the forensic stuff she got on the BG video showed it was re-encoded using a program. And then she says, I pulled the forensic stuff on the video from the Justice website before they pulled it down.
Wow, girl.
Yeah, you gotta act fast.
Wow. Not all of us get a phone call and a heads up. We can't all be a Kevin Greenlee, can we?
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding, guys. Like, if you see something in this case, like, we're lucky that we took a bunch of screenshots of things in the early days, because that stuff's gone now. Like, it's been scrubbed. It's gone. It's just, yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. I love that. That's fascinating. Yeah, but I believe that, right? Because that video has, it's definitely questionable for sure. Quad Axel's wanting to know what the name of the sim piggyback thingy you showed last week. It was a
it's called a dual SIM ribbon adapter. Dual SIM ribbon adapter.
Yes. And they also made them for more than one SIM. They made them for multiple SIM cards. They even came up with versions that could do like 10 SIM cards at one time, even. But yeah, it's a dual SIM ribbon adapter. So what Adrian was saying, though, with her conversation, your conversation, Adrian, with ChatGPT, I find that interesting, because that pretty much lays it out,
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're not all privy to a lot of the programs that others may be privy to their position or job or things like that. You know what I mean? So and quite frankly, I'm not sure I would even begin to know how to use that stuff. But when we were talking about earlier, I found that very interesting, what it was talking about, what it was saying, the answers it was saying. But it makes sense to me, what it was saying. Let me see. Let me go to the next slide. These are just some more stills of just eye. I'm just really showing these guys so that you can see what he's talking about. That ever-present shadow of the guy on the dash cam at Florida, it's just always there. You guys notice that? Like, that thing's just there. All right, here we go. Here's the infamous Abby on the bridge picture that we've all seen. I just wanted to show it to you again. before we move on. Here's another still from the video.
Can you go
and
back?
This is a kind of an interesting shot. Yeah.
You want me to go back to that? Yeah, I want you to look at this photo here. And I want you to remember what we talked about just a few minutes ago when you showed the empty bridge photo and you were talking about the anomalies in the background. And,
yes.
And I want you to see if you recognize that this is the same exact photo, just the other one does not have Abby in it.
I'm sorry, say that again. What'd you say?
I believe this is the same photo as the one you showed a few minutes ago that you said it was an empty bridge picture. You said you're not sure who took that one. I believe that's one of the Cheyenne photos.
Yeah, and go ahead.
It looks like, to me, it looks like the same shot, just without Abby in it, in the other one.
Mm-hmm. And I think that there's actually two versions of it. Like one's angled off to one side, and then there's another one that's angled off. I think I may have those on here. Let me go for it. Oh, here we go. Well, let's talk about this one again. This blue moose. Okay. Oh, the blue moose. We were talking about this the other day, New Day. Tell them kind of what you saw again, in case anybody missed that.
Yeah, when I was watching this James Renner video, and I was spinning the camera around because it's a 360 video. I noticed as I spun the camera away that as the gentleman who we now know is Patrick Clausen walks towards the door and by Kelsey and James, that the angle that the camera is at captures this gentleman at the same angle that Liberty was recording the man on the bridge from.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
and I realized that the floor looks like the wood on the floor is laid at the same way that the planks are on the bridge, and then you've got this like ceramic blue outline on both sides of it, and it looked very familiar to me.
Yeah, I think I actually have. Let me see. I think I actually have that video pulled up. Let me jump this off of here for a minute and let me go load that, because I believe I have that video ready to go. Hang on just a second. Let's see.
Yeah, that was such a great catch, you guys. Like,
oh, I do.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Because like it's a template basically, and then like you also heard New Day found him saying the word guys, and to me it sounds just like the guys from the audio. Now I know like I'm not trying to be Harshman or anything, but like it literally sounds exactly like him.
You're more believable than Harshman. You don't have a badge.
It really, yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
Oh boy, is that the truth? Okay, let me go. Go back up here.
What's the weather out there, Adrian? Are you guys dying in the heat?
It's still been kind of in the 90s in the daytime, but you know, in the night, like once the sun gets low, it gets, you know, up into the 80s and stuff, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was going to be. There were a couple days or even like a week in March where it was in the hundreds. And I was like, oh no, this summer is going to be way too intense. But it really hasn't gotten into the hundreds yet. But now that I've said that out loud, like I regret saying that because it'll probably happen soon.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that hot out there, but
Well, I don't know how you guys do tornadoes. I remember tornadoes. I don't like those.
I don't know. I've seen one tornado my whole life, so I don't know.
That's one too many. That's one too many.
Just stay away from the trailer parks. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true. That's
I
true.
think
Yeah.
I found it.
Oh yay!
All right, let's see. Okay. So I found that little. I believe this is the one with Patrick Clausen popping out the back. If I can get it to play, come on, load up. Oh, what's it doing? Look at it being a jerk. Now it's going to be a jerk. Give me just a second here, guys. Come on. Yeah, no. Oh, it's not going to let me.
Well, that's all right. You showed it the other night when we went live, Wednesday night or whenever it was.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still there? Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to find it again. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
And it's also in the video that I made that I posted the day before yesterday.
Yeah, everybody needs to go watch those videos like over and over and over again, both of them back to back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because it is very it's definitely interesting. Here's just another angle of that. We kind of showed it the other night too. I'm telling you guys though, like ever since, man, now some of those things I've been seeing in that background of those photos that have been around forever seem to make a lot of sense. I now some of the things I've been seeing that I couldn't make sense of or why they were there. Some of the stuff, it's there. It's just there. There he is popping out of the back. Now you can see him in the background there.
Yeah.
Let me move on to this one. This is, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back.
That's all right.
Yeah, you can see him coming out of the back there. We kind of showed this the other night too. Let's see. Let me move on to this next one here because this is a post. Oh, here we are back to the Amish guy on the bridge again. This is the post that Keener made. And it tells that so this is what was actually posted when he was at the Ferris Tribune, and it gives like the story of what this is and stuff like that.
Do you recognize that name there? I never read this before.
Oh, Hufford.
Yeah. Marlon Hufford. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the name Hufford. Well, remember when the Flora Youth Center, remember the Flora Youth Center did the big grand opening thing when we were doing the Adam Bridge stuff.
Where right? Adam Bridge was, on the board there. Yes.
The guy that was doing I think he was doing like a tractor rides or I don't know, something with a tractor. But his name was Hufford.
That's crazy. Wow.
Do you know who Huffords are, Adrian?
No.
Abigail Diener.
Oh, that's right. Yes. You guys
no,
know
wait,
every.
wait,
This
wait.
is
Or I'm
insane.
sorry, that's not right, is it?
No, that's
It-
Huffer.
It's Huffer. Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
but there are Huffers, and there was a Huffer that did something for that grand opening thing in Flora at the youth center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of the same names seem to reappear a lot. So I just wanted you guys to see what this was the actual like post when this was printed in the paper, which I find interesting because, I mean, just look at it. I mean, doesn't this picture, it always looks surreal to me. I mean, it's odd. Now we know that it's really odd. But when I very first time I saw it, I just thought it was a weird picture. It's just a weird picture.
What's weird about it?
Well, the coloring
Mm-hmm.
is odd. It looks surreal. It looks
The shadowing.
yes, the shadowing.
Someone in the chat a few minutes ago. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. And I did see this on Case by Case's channel not too very long ago. They showed a photograph of the bridge, and they matched it up with another photograph of the bridge that is part of this case, and there's quite a few years difference. I can't remember between how many years between the two photos, and they look identical.
Yeah.
Like it's the same photo. Who was it that said that a few minutes ago?
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it. I couldn't see the chat a little bit ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment.
But Lisa Renault here. Yeah, Charles E. Gerard's mother. So Gerard was it's a very prominent name in that community too, and has a lot to do with the trails and stuff out there. His mother was a Timmons. Yeah, I knew that. There's actually a plaque out there by the big bench.
There is.
Right when you yeah, I have a picture of it somewhere where it talks about.
Well, Mary Gerard was a Timmons.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mary Gerard was a Timmons, and of course Carrie's name is Timmons. So I suppose it could be another Timmons, but I kind of doubt it.
And it was Kayla that pointed it out.
Oh, did you find the comment?
Well, she just said me.
Me.
So like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Kayla said it. There's no way those trees don't grow all those years. Yeah. Yeah, Kayla. Yep. You're right. You're right about that, about the trees. Let me see. Let me go on. Oh, I just had to show this.
Exactly, Carl Ann. I don't know like why Keener would have taken pictures of the crime scene. He said he did, but they don't let newspaper photographers.
Look at this picture. Don't you find this weird?
They look so similar, guys.
Look at her position though, too. Yeah, they look very similar. But look at this. She's even wearing like Chuck Taylor type shoes, and it's just look at her position. It's weird. Is it not reminiscent of how we've been told that the bodies were found, or Abby's body? It is mocking.
Oh, that does remind me. There was a gal that I was talking to in autumn of 2024. and she was showing me Facebook pics upon Facebook pics upon Facebook pics of girls in the area that were posing with one leg over the other in this very similar manner. It was pretty insane.
What in the hell? I've never heard that before.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
it was.
yeah, I think if you could see this picture without the volume, whoever took the picture left their volume key on there. I believe, if I remember correctly, that her hands are actually tucked inside of the sleeves of her sweatshirt there.
Yeah, I think so. And that's my fault because that was me, because my phone likes to, it's very touchy on when I do a screenshot with my volume and my power key or whatever.
No, I get that.
It does weird stuff sometimes.
But you know, she's got her hands tucked into her sleeves, so you can't see them. And that's how Abigail was.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, I just had to show that because we were actually talking about it the other night. And yeah, Nancy Drew, like the crime scene. It's creepy as hell.
Or like Adam
Bridge, now supposedly nobody would have known any of that information then, but I mean, I find that again another one of these coincidences that just it just gets under my skin. You know what I mean? It's like, bizarre. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. These are just more examples of just some of the work that I has done, just showing different objects popping in and out. This is from that video, man. I wish I would have. I didn't catch like the episode. I'll have to look it up. But there's one literally where he just slows Bridge Guy down super slow, and the filters kind of change. And as he walks, as you can see, because this is all from that same series there, but you can see. Let me see if I can do it fast. I can see how I'm making him walk right now. Oh, there's a creepy picture. See how I'm making it walk? I literally just sat there and took shot after shot after shot as it's walking. And you can see how those things like change.
Artist.
Yes.
Do you see the F in the tree behind him? The backwards F.
Yeah. Yeah, looky there, guys. Look at that stick configuration there behind it. Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't notice it right away because I was so focused on what was going on the bridge foot there. But then I noticed that. I mean, again, another one of those weird coincidences. Tripper has a good point. Let me put it up there. Images in this particular case really seem to serve multiple purposes, don't they? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I believe that. It's images, it's things that are said, criminal bat signals. Totally. They're communicating in code.
I love criminal bat signals.
So let me tell you what I believe that F-looking thing is. Do you want me to tell you what I believe that is?
Yes.
If you go back and look at the James Renner video, as Patrick Clausen walks towards the door, you'll notice that he walks past a table of 3 young guys sitting there. And the back of the chairs are metal framed. And that is the back of the chair. And then the 2 swipes that go up that look like they make the F are part of the outline of where the gentleman is sitting, and that's the table behind him.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you see how the shadow kind of comes down behind him? There's this like sideways little S of shadow that comes down. Looks like it comes out of his butt and goes down to the bridge. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Wow.
That is the edge of the table and the shadow that is underneath the gentleman's leg who is sitting there at that table behind him. And
Can
that's
I
why
ask?
this is not real. This is fake.
Right. And can I ask a question? Like,
Absolutely.
why would somebody do this? Why would somebody put in all this stuff into these images, into a video? Like, even like, why for the last proof of life would you do this?
Well, at this point, there there are only two options that I can see. And that would be that federal investigators somehow used footage like we talked about before, um, of media participation, interviews, family members' statements in any kind of videography or imagery that they could capture over the first, at least the first year and a half of the investigation, until right after this James Renner interview would have been about um, 6 months before our change of direction presser. Um, and we talked about that would be weird though, because if the FBI did this, Carroll County and the local yokels did whatever they wanted to do and used this altered image and still had a man convicted. And we're all going, why would the FBI let that happen if they knew? The other thing that I think it could be is that Mr. James, I'm sorry, not James Renner, Jake Kyle Keener, um, is actually involved in this, and and I don't want to say this out loud because it's stupid. And maybe Eye of Apophis is really J. Kyle Keener.
Oh no. Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, could you go through like kind of the timeline of like when everything on BG was released, like through the pressers and stuff? Because like I'm getting confused too, because I don't recall hearing that there was a video until I want to say 2024, and that it was specifically a 43-second video until like right before trial.
I knew there was 43 seconds of video. I don't know exactly when I knew that. I know there was a point, I think it was, if I remember the interview correctly, I think it was about the time that the Anthony Shots information came out. And there was an interview with Kelsey, a couple of them. Um, and it wasn't the one where it was, have you ever heard of Anthony Shots? I wish. No, I think it was slightly after that. She did another one where she was trying to explain, after she'd come out with her post and said she didn't know what the big deal was. As she remembered things, she told the police, and she didn't think it was a big deal that night at the police station. So she had had a short conversation with the account, and that was the last she remembered it. But at some point during that interview, she's asked about the family had seen or heard the video or audio. I guess they heard audio. And the interviewer asks Kelsey, did she listen to it? And she says no, just her grandparents did. And she knew there was like 43 seconds, and it just, she made it like, like we all heard, there was some audio and Liberty slipped it into her pocket, and that was pretty much it. And then I know at the beginning we had still frame and we had audio clip. We had Down the Hill and we had a still frame, maybe 2 pics. I know they showed us one still frame, and they told us that it was captured on the cell phone that Liberty German had with her at the time. Didn't say it was hers, didn't say it happened that day, didn't say just the one. It was captured off the cell phone she had with her at the time, which I found unusual wording.
That's crazy because, like, do you remember the interview where Becky was saying, oh, they were just talking about girl stuff?
Yes.
Because they were never talking about girl stuff.
Well, I know. But I think even Jerry Holmes. Or no, it wasn't Jerry Holman. It was Tobe. Tobe Lesenby told us that. First.
Okay, so then that probably got to the families, and that's what the families were repeating or something?
Well, I recall just like you did that they said that also. But I know there was a law enforcement member that told us that, and I'm pretty sure it was Tobe Lesenby. Because
Okay,
somebody,
thank you.
I think it was Down the Hill, the Down the Hill podcast that they did a podcast and they did video too out there.
Let's slide here. I wanted to point out here that same image that was on the opposite side a minute ago is now, as you can see, it's the same image. It's like a mirror. It's like not a mirror image. It's like a reverse. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just jumped from one side to the other. Can you guys see that? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Just flipped it over, right?
Yeah, it went from over, like, as we're looking at Bridge Guy, like from the left side straight over to the right. Yeah. I just wanted to show an example of how they move too from side to side. I mean,
it's a very
weird.
fluid
I mean, I've
image.
never quite seen anything like it. Yeah. This is that I forget what it was, a Daily Mail, obviously. It was an interview with Mike Patty, and they were following him out here to the trail. And I mean, I pointed this out. I mean, yes, go ahead.
Oh, it's where he's talking about his hunting season.
Yes, right. Which, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like part of the Bridge Guy to me. It looks like that sketch, that Phillips sketch. I mean, it looks like a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Well, and again, if you look at the angle that it's shot at, you've got, he's walking through the trail area there, so it's lined with leaves at this time of the year, and then you've got edging on both sides, which is the ground foliage area. So it's much the same angle.
Yeah, it is. And whatever he's wearing on his head up there looks like almost like a bowler hat or something. You know what I mean? One of those hats. Yeah, it's interesting. Here's just some more. I'm just trying to show you guys too, like eyes work, like the different filters and the different things that he uses to
the templates
highlight some of these anomalies. I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just saying these are the templates also.
Yes, yeah, and the templates. Yes, yeah.
And the reason that's
and there you
important,
see again, it looks like Amish guy, almost looks like a butt. Go ahead, New Day.
It's important because that's one of the things when Adrian put her information in that she had on that report into the chat GPT, and it told her what things that it couldn't verify. It talked about templates being used for different things. So
Exactly,
want to
New Day.
reiterate how important that is.
Yeah, completely, because that goes right along with what I has always pointed out, that there are templates. Here's what Adrian was talking about too the other day, where what I call like an embossing, and then there's the pretty colors that pop up by playing with, I think it's with the RGB setting. It just kind of highlights these different things. There's that ever persistent shadow of the Flora House dash cam dude. It's kind of cut off, but you can kind of see there where look at how that makes up that whole thing right now. This is supposed to be a guy wearing a jacket with his hand in the pocket, but look at what's missing there. You see how it's just real flat? I don't, that shouldn't be, because when you look at the jacket, I mean, there should be more like detail in it, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense to you guys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's that area where it's all white, it's like flat, where there's no color in it. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because yeah, like you said, that means it's been. Well, I think that's what I was talking about. That means it's been scrubbed or something.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's just basically, down to a shadow, really, because that's that ever persistent shadow that just, it's there. Okay. So this next one, guys, this is eyes work here, and I just want to say I'm just trigger warning you. It's a slightly disturbing if you can see what he's trying to point out. If you don't want to look at, it's nothing super gory. He's just trying to give you proof that the girls are in these images, like hidden. I'll show it. But he's explaining here that he's not going to reveal the method. It's the only one he'll show just to prove that they're there. And if you can see it, it's it's a little disturbing. But I believe I see what he's saying. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Adrian. Go ahead.
Well, I can't see it.
Well, it is hard to see on this image. And this actual picture, the black square where all the writing is on is actually blocking out the entire picture of the empty bridge photo. And he's showing you this one area of it that he's revealing here is where he has used whatever it's encrypted with. He has the code to decrypt it. And so he's showing us a slight little portion of the picture that if you go in and watch the video that this was on, then you can see it a little better there. But basically what it is it looks like a photograph of one of the girls, and someone with a blue gloved hand is holding it. He tells us it's Abby. And it's like someone's standing behind her and maybe covering her mouth with their hand. It's disturbing to think about.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But do you have which episode this is in, artist?
Sorry, what is that?
Do you have which episode this is?
It's not in an episode. I think it's in an actual. He made very few posts, and if I remember right, it's like in a post. If you go to like his posts, I think it's there.
Page. Okay.
And yeah, pertinent. I think that's what that's what it looks like to me. Yes, hand on top of head, nose, eyes, behind glove. Yeah, that's what I see too. Yeah, I'm not going to leave it up there too long. I just wanted you guys to see that. I mean, there are actual photographs in there. There's actual images in there. They're not all just Photoshoppy things. They're in there. They're really there. Moving on to the next one. This is another one of eyes where he's just showing all the different pics of the bridge. These are interesting too. Again, interesting. Because
these are photos that J. Kyle Gaynor took.
Not all of them, though.
Well,
not all
true.
of them. Like this
that's
one.
True.
So look at let me go back to this one, because this one. Oh, dang it. I keep moving it. Trying to get that off of there. Look at the date and the time this was taken.
February.
Do you guys
14th?
see that down there? Yeah, February 14th, 2017 at 8:40 a.m.
Oh, that's just like a
Wow.
couple minutes after Some Boys Are Incredibly Dumb, isn't it?
Or right before it. I can't remember exactly what time that was, but yeah, right around that time. I mean, isn't that
Wait, Kelsey is posting Some Boys Are Incredibly Dumb on the 14th?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it wasn't the 14th. I'm sorry. No, you're right. It was the 13th that she posted The Boys Are
I'm
Incredibly
sorry.
Dumb.
Yes. I pulled a Doug Carter, said the car was parked there on the 14th, but it was the 13th. You're right. Sorry about that.
Right.
Okay.
But still, I mean, so what I want to know is, was this person out there as a searcher, or what the hell was going on out here at 8:40 a.m. that, I mean, what is the purpose of this? If you're out there searching, why are you sitting there taking photographs of the bridge? You know what I mean? Does this not strike anybody else odd?
It doesn't strike me as odd that they took the photo as much as it does as they posted it when they did.
Yeah, I agree.
Why are you posting it on social media when you're supposed to be out there looking for two girls that have been missing now for 18 hours?
Well, and I don't even know that this person was a searcher, but I mean, it's weird. It's just another one of those weird things. It's like either somebody thought this was an interesting thing to get. I don't know why people do shit like this. Honestly, it's weird. It's just weird.
It's
and what's with all the damn pictures of the empty bridge and there's a lot of those out there. That's just, it's weird. I wouldn't be surprised if it was used in part of this stuff, though. Oh, go ahead, Adrian. Sorry.
Well, Pertinent wanted to know what is the date that Clausen posted the crumbling comment on the bridge?
That was on the 15th of February, 2017.
Okay, thank you.
Day after the bodies were found. Yet another one of the weird bridge pictures. And I think Clausen took this one too. It's a different little bit of a different angle of the picture that he took before. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the same area, I think, but
Well,
different angle, a little further back. Yeah.
he's obviously on the private drive from where he's taking that photo, just before it goes underneath the bridge, or right off of the private drive in the embankment area between the drive and the creek. That's where
Yeah.
this photograph would have been taken from. And as far as the other one that you showed that was taken on the morning of the 14th, I guess when I first saw that, when you showed it to me earlier today or yesterday, I was thinking it was on the 13th, the day they went missing. But if that person is out there on the morning of the 14th, they have to know what's going on. I mean, you can't just walk out there during that time and not know what's going on.
Well, especially since it was all over the news, you know, the girls were missing for a very short amount of time. And then, you know, everybody and their brother apparently was out there looking for them.
That's what I'm saying.
And
They were all
and it was all over the
searching.
news.
They're all searching for them 2 hours after they go missing. Surely there's not somebody standing there that next morning taking a picture of that and not aware of what's going on. I just don't buy it. They had people coming from other states at that point to look for them. So you can't tell me that a local that's there just happens to be walking out there taking a picture. It's crazy shit.
Yeah. That's why it's like, what? And especially a guy that's seen, well, we know Clausen was out there as part of the search because he was with the fire department.
That's right.
You know, I mean, that's at least why he's supposed to be out there, is because he's with the fire department and they're all searching. So he's stopping and taking pictures of the bridge. It's just weird. It's strange.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, now we have this beautiful collage.
This was Amy Case by Case did this, and I had to snap a pic of it because I thought this was just amazing. And what I found so interesting about this is that you see those 4 sketches right in the middle there that are all together. We have our original old bridge guy sketch and our young bridge guy sketch, and then above old bridge guy is another young guy sketch with a covering over his face. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the one with the covering over the face is apparently a sketch that was done, and the witness was Rayleigh Voorhees. And then young bridge guy's sketch, the one we've all seen for years, was supposedly our witness Betsy Blair. But those two guys look exactly alike in the sketches, with the exception of the face covering and the hoodie.
Yeah, they do, the eyes and everything. Yeah.
Why is Rick Allen in prison?
Well,
Doug Carter told us nobody saw Bridge Guy. Nobody saw him. Doug Carter told us nobody saw the girls out there that day. And if we've got 3 witnesses and we're only taking sketches from 2 of them, then why is Rick Allen in prison when 2 of those witnesses sketched the same exact freaking guy?
Are you there, Nate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why 2 of our witnesses, they didn't use one of those witnesses' sketches, and it exactly matches one of our other witnesses' sketches. So why is Rick Allen in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question.
Well, you guys talked to Skip, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Skip's
he's
awesome.
done. Yeah, he's like you guys with the knowledge, and he was saying how like basically the so Tobe Lesenby tells Hannah Shakespeare in early February 2019 that Daniel Pearson is somebody who was a witness watching BG exit off of Freedom Bridge. And then by, the 2-year anniversary when Nick McClelland's coming out and saying all POIs and information needs to go through me. And then 2 months after that, they had the April presser that they move in the different direction. They show the sketch that actually probably is meant to depict Daniel Pearson, which is who Betsy Blair probably saw. But Skip goes through that timeline so well that it's like basically nobody mentions seeing Richard Allen, right? Nobody really, like, people are on the bridge at like 2 p.m. When the girls are, so the whole timeline, like the state has fudged their own timeline basically. And I just find that fascinating that it's exactly what you're saying. Daniel Pearson probably saw Mike Patty, right, which is old guy sketch or something like that, and then Betsy Blair likely saw Daniel Pearson, and that's the new guy sketch. So it's just funny that they couldn't even keep their own timeline straight.
Well, they can't. And even if those girls, if it happened according to their timeline, and those girls were there from the 13th on, we've not only got multiple people on the bridge at that time, all of them with devices that they can take photography or videography with. We also have Dan McCain in the cemetery, along with the guy who's Brad Heath, the exterminator or whatever he was, with the taking care of the mole problem out there.
Yeah, he for the
Can't tell me
Andersons or
they're
what?
surrounded.
Yeah.
You can hear a squirrel fart out there. You really can from across the creek. So you can't tell me none of those people that are surrounding that whole area where those girls were found would have heard or seen anything. They would have, definitely.
Well,
especially a guy dragging 2 girls across a creek. I mean, come on. Come on.
there's no way you wouldn't have heard something like that, for sure. Pertinent is asking, is that one sketch Teresa Liebert's sketch of the 8 a.m. mailbox boy? And if you're talking about the one in the middle there where the 4 sketches are that we've been talking about, if you're talking about the one in the upper right-hand corner, yes. I believe that's isn't that right, New Day? Isn't that the one in the upper right-hand corner, that quad?
Of the 4, yes. I believe that is Teresa Liebert's. And that's the one that I believe looks like Logan Holder. In my opinion.
It does look like Logan Holder. Yeah, in my opinion, it does too. Sure.
And then the young guy up at the top that are actually photographs next to the sketch, that is Big JD's, one of her family members. I think his name's JT.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. I see the one you're talking about. Yep.
Did we lose Adrian?
Let me go to the. Did we lose Adrian? No, she's still there.
Here. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with chat.
Thank you. You are so awesome.
All right. Here's just a little bit of a little taste of J. Kyle Keener here. He is he's into art and stuff too. He makes Through the Looking Glass. Exactly.
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
I
The
mean,
Mad
he
Hatter.
makes some artwork, he makes some jewelry and stuff like that out of old camera shutters and stuff like that, and he sells that stuff too. I mean, he's an artsy guy for sure. Now
This
I
is
want
the
you to
one.
look at this.
This is my pick, right? Yeah. There's the sketch. I
So,
think is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, I
yeah,
think this is the sketch everybody thinks is one of the McCains, and I think it's really Kyle Keener.
I mean, that's what I think too. I mean, it could be Dan McCain, I guess, but it definitely looks more like J. Kyle Keener to me, down to the hat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, do you have that other photograph of him where he's shaved half of his face?
no, I don't think I have that one on here. I'll have to find that. Or have you send it to me and so we can show it another time. But I don't think I have that one on here. This is this is from I's video, guys. This is that first press conference. What date was that first press conference again? It was like what, 10 days after?
Yeah, February 22nd,
Okay.
2017. This is when we got our still pic, our photograph still pic. This is when we were told there was audio, and they released the audio clip of Down the Hill and gave us our first image that was captured on the cell phone that Liberty German had with her at the time.
Right. And so this is that, and then here's the next one. I points this out. See the guy right in the front? That's Keener. He was working for the Ferris Tribune at the time. And he's ducking under cameras here to get out of the way. But I mean, look what he's wearing. I mean, it kind of sounds like the description of the shirt, of the flannel shirt guy.
Artist, can I butt in for just a second?
Sure.
This is what always struck me funny about them calling David McCain flannel shirt guy for the first 2 years of this crime. I believe that Derek German would have absolutely known who the McCains were. And he didn't tell law enforcement he saw David McCain out there. He told law enforcement he saw a guy in a flannel shirt. And so I believe all these years, flannel shirt guy has been J. Kyle Keener, and we just didn't know.
So who added in that it was Dave McCain, flannel shirt guy, that he said that he identified McCain, or did someone just make an assumption, or what?
Yes, I think it was deduced that that's who he saw because McCain came forward. I don't know what was it, Adrian, 10 days after?
Yeah.
Carly Ann's asking if it was Greeno that maybe said that.
I believe it was Becky Patty who finally told us that they knew who flannel shirt guy was. But again, I don't know. There's so many things in this case. And I think sometimes I remember it one way, and then I go back and I watch old stuff and I go, oh my God, guess what? I was wrong. That's okay. New information.
Well, they psyoped us, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel too bad about it. Like they purposely kept things muddy and difficult to follow.
I agree with that.
You definitely can tell those two are brothers for sure.
Oh, the McCains?
No. Digital was talking about the sketch that Teresa Liebert gave. And we've always said it looks a lot like Logan Holder to us. And he pointed out that it could also be Levi. And I said, yeah, I agree with that, because you can definitely tell those two are brothers. And I could see that. Let's see.
The reason I think that's
All right.
Logan is the sunken cheeks. He was much thinner than Levi. And he was at that, that 14, 15, 16-year-old awkward age for boys. Levi was older. He'd already kind of grown into his body a little more,
Yeah. Yep, that's for sure.
But again, that's just my opinion. So, but they do look a lot alike.
But I mean, it could. I could see that. I could see where that could be possible, though. I mean, it's definitely, I know this. It's not Richard Allen. Any of those sketches. I mean, I've never thought any of those look like him at all. Actually, the first time I ever saw Richard Allen is exactly what I thought. I was like, well, then who are these sketches of? Because it didn't make any sense to me. It just didn't make any sense. Let me see. I'm going to see, guys, if I can now pull up that Forensically app real quick. Give me just a second here.
Pertinent, I don't, Becky was able to have children. Yeah. I think what you're referring to is there was some discussion, I guess, that from the community, some things that were leaked that at one time her and Mike were trying to have a child together and they weren't able to conceive. Now, I don't know if that's because at that point she wasn't able to, or if that was, I always just guess I assumed since Mike didn't have any children that maybe he had a low sperm count or something. But I don't know. I know they did try to conceive a child at one time and they weren't able to. But yes, Derek is her biological son, and Tara German is also her biological child, her daughter.
All right, I'm going to see if I can get this loaded onto here. Put pages side by side, same tab. Okay, hang on a second. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen right now? Tell me, because I can't see you.
Yeah, it's just a black screen right now, though.
Oh, okay. Well, what in the world? Okay, let me try this. Now we can see it. Okay, you guys can see that now, right? You should be able to.
Yeah.
To. Oh, look, now we're going to spin out. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we
great.
see it just fine.
Okay, guys, this is the forensic. Awesome. Okay, this is the Forensically app, and I'm not going to be able to see anybody for a minute because I need to blow it up big enough for me to see it. So I can kind of show you just kind of what you can do with the Forensically app. Like I said, it's an open source thing. You just go Google it and you can pull it up. And what they have here is just an example picture. You can see over here onto the right side, these are the different tools that you can use. There's a magnifier, clone detection, error level analysis, noise analysis. Noise analysis is pretty important in all of that. for sure. Let me see. Hang on just a second. I gotta make this small again. I gotta get back in the actual app. Okay, you guys can still see my screen, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So right, this is the magnifier here. This is just a picture that they have that pops up in the beginning so that it can kind of show you like what it can do. This is obviously a picture with anomalies in it. And it's just something that it's kind of nice that they did this part just so you can go through and kind of play with the picture that there are anomalies, and it kind of, I think that there's actually a little tutorial thing that kind of explains it as you go. It'll like kind of take you through it.
Yeah, it breaks down how it looks at it, analyzes like noise and
and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open. It is pretty neat. It's a pretty neat app. It really is. I mean, let me see, because it gives you a lot of features that you can't just get on anything, and it's cool that it's just open source too. Let me pull up. That's not what I want. Let me pull this file up. Okay. Now let's go have some fun. You guys ready to have a little fun?
Let's do it.
So first we're going to start with the magnifier again. So you can see now the magnifier, you got to get used to it, because what it's going to do is, see, it's scanning over things right now. But it's kind of off angle. So like wherever you are is not exactly where it's going to be magnifying. You see what I'm saying? So now we're going to go over here. We're going to look at the Amish guy's face. Like I said, you kind of have to move it around to find where you're at because it's kind of off. Okay. So now I can't see anybody in the chat right now because I have to have the screen big to do this. So you guys are going to have to tell me what they're saying. But does that look like a photograph to you?
Now it doesn't.
Wrong with that child's face.
Yeah, and look at the other guy's face. I mean, that's...
Yeah, this is like impressionism or something.
Right. But yet this is supposed to be a photograph. That's how it was presented in the Ferris Tribune, that it was a photograph. Does that, I mean, that don't look like a photograph to me.
Well, that's because a sketch is not a photograph.
Exactly.
But it's something that resembles it.
I mean, it's strange. You can adjust the magnification level. Let me just show you. So like now the magnification is turned down. As you can see, you can push it up more, get a little deeper. Although a lot of these, I will tell you, a lot of the tools though, not necessarily putting them on high is the best. And they actually will tell you that on this app.
Yeah, it walks you through a
less
tutorial.
Is more a lot of the time. You get a little more. See how you can see the pixels better when it's on the lower end of the magnification?
Yeah.
You can play with enhancement. Like here's the histogram equalization. Let me do auto contrast.
And what do we know about cells that don't align?
They're mutated.
That's right.
and pixels should not be mutating. That's a clear indication of shenanigans, we'll say. So now you can see I changed the auto contrast, just the contrast. Let me go back. You can see how the colors are more poppy with the histogram. And then if you change it to auto contrast, it mutes them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an auto contrast by channel. You can see what that looks like. And then you can have none. You can have no enhancement at all and just look at it like it is. Still looks weird.
Still wrong. Yep.
Still looks weird. Let's go down here.
Like
we'll go down here while we got this on. We'll just, check out the shoes and the stuff.
Converse.
Now, I will tell you though, if you go back to one of those more relief type pictures that I showed earlier, what's weird about this right here is that you could see another foot hanging below, like dangling like below this foot that you can't see in this image. Picture. Yeah. But it's like in a different angle. So it's almost, it's hard to describe. It's almost like a pair of shoes hanging by a string. You know how shoes, like if you hang them up, how one will hang kind of flat,
like over a tree limb, like the shoe tree.
That's kind of what I'm getting at there.
Yeah.
So so this app also has clone detection. And this is really where the more minimal is, you get more of a result, a better result with the minimal detail and the minimal similarity kind of on the lower end. Then you do go ahead and set your settings there, and you kind of have to play with them too, because sometimes it's not going to give you any result at all. I'm trying to see. Let me see here.
Matt Payton said Photoshop painting effects, maybe. Turning pictures into paintings, drawings, etc. We've done that with photos through AI. Where you take a photo and have it converted, and so it looks like a sketch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Take a sketch.
And I think, yeah, back in the day, like back in 2017, I know Photoshop was like a big deal. Like all the kids were doing it, right? My daughter knew how to do it really well. I mean, you could do a lot with Photoshop for sure, But yeah, there are apps, especially now, and there have been for a while, when that would take an actual photograph and convert it more into a painting. But what I've always found weird about this is obviously it's weird and off, but they presented it like it was a photograph taken by a keener and put it in the paper as such, which why would you do that? That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Why would you do that? I don't know. It's odd to me. I don't know if you guys can see down below where all those little like specks are popping up. You see when I changed the minimal detail up, because now we're on clone detection. So what it's kind of pointing out when it highlights stuff like that is areas that it's detecting in clones. I can't. Now it's gonna do it. And you kind of have to reset it too sometimes, because if you turn up, you have too much, it'll kind of quit being effective. See, I had little dots up there. Now I'm not gonna be able. Let me see if I can get it to do it. Like I said, it's. I'm not like an expert with it or anything. I just know that if I play around with it long enough, I can get it to there. Watch real close. I'm going to see if I can get it to do it again. Oh. Well, I had it. Now I made it mad. Oh. Yeah, it's not going to let me. It's going to be a jerk. Let me see. Let me step back. Let me turn these two down because I know when you get minimal. Man. If you move these sliders around, and I've done it, it's popped up a couple times and I wasn't paying enough attention, but you can kind of see where it'll kind of pull those things. Oh, right there, where it'll kind of pull these things out, and it will actually give you like these lines, and it'll kind of connect the things that it thinks. Why is it not wanting to do it? There it goes. You guys see that now? Can you see that, New Day? Oh my gosh, did I lose everybody? Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta put New Day back in. What the heck? New Day, come back in if you can. Like, come back and I'll put you back in. It just kicked New Day out.
Sorry. I'm gonna mute again though.
Okay. Come back in if you want to. Come back in today. I got you. But anyway, you can see there, see those lines. This is the clone detector. So what those lines are doing is it's pointing out areas that it believes are cloned. Oh, there's New Day. Now she's back. Hey, you back?
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's happening. It just keeps dropping me out. When I click over to look at the chat, it kicks me out twice in a row. So, but you're doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, I'm trying. I had to, I'm just, I know it took me a minute to get these pretty lines to show up because, yeah, like I said, you got to play with it. But see where it's like, you see these little pinpoints, it has these little like bright dots, and then it has the lines going from thing to thing to thing. It's just kind of showing different things that it's identifying as cloning, like anomalies, just things that it thinks have been repeated, basically. If I turn that up, see how they disappear. So really on this setting, more is.
I have a question.
Show you what the other one does. You can do an error level analysis. Yeah.
We know that this image is altered. We know most of the pics that we've found that were posted in the Pharaoh's Tribune by Kyle Keener have been manipulated. It's something he obviously likes to do. Could we use this same thing though on our BG picture rather than a J. Kyle Keener picture?
A different picture?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me go find a different picture. Just have to figure out.
because I actually have one labeled like that. So yeah, this might be, let me see what one this is. Oh, I think I hit the wrong one. Hang on. Let me go.
Well, that's a picture you could do. That's part of our 43-second video,
well, I'll
right?
do this one then. Yeah, sure. So this is the video here. Let's see. We'll play with this one for a minute and see. Let me go back to let me go back. Let me change the histogram back. Okay, so let's try noise. Okay, so here's the noise analysis. On that Abby on the bridge picture, you see the opacity. So you can change the opacity, which just means that the image, as you can see, as I move the slider back and forth, it comes more forward, and as you slide it to the right, it decreases the opacity of the picture, but it shows you where the noise is. And Adrian, can you jump on here and turn your mic on and just tell them what ChatGPT again said about noise?
Yeah, let me so basically that oh gosh. So the sensor pattern noise, which is called the PRNU, it's one of the most powerful tests available. And every camera sensor has microscopic manufacturing imperfections that create unique fingerprints, like you would kind of see with like, bullets or guns and stuff like that. So any forensic analyst can examine or compare like the BG video frames or even this photo with other photos and or videos known to have come from Libby's iPhone. And if the same sensor fingerprint appears consistently, that's strong evidence the frames originated from that phone. So if portions of frames show a different fingerprint, that could indicate compositing or manipulation.
Okay. Oh, good. Now I got the magnifier back up. So now what we've done here is we've got a noise analysis, and so and we've got, I'm going to show you again. Here's kind of a low, not quite to the middle of the opacity. Let me go back. Let me go get my magnifier back. Hold on a second. I got to go back up here and click on that again. Come back to me, magnifier. Whoops. Let me do that. There we go. So you're able to, once you get into the other apps, you can take the magnifier back to go take a little bit of a better look. This is picture Abby on the bridge from the video that was released. Let me go turn up the air level noise. Let's see.
Do you see the dark black outline around her blouse?
Yeah.
Even without your magnifier on it, I can see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I can see it.
Like underneath the blouse, right?
Yes. It almost looks like a little kid took a crown to it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, we can. Let me go turn the magnification level down just because. Oh, it is down. Okay, let me go turn it way down. Okay, so it won't be so distorted. There we go. That's better. Yeah, see, you can, I mean, you can see some of the shading. If you turn the magnifier up though, you're going to be able to see like the pixels in more detail. Let me go back to noise analysis. We can go, so we have the noise is, it's on a low setting right now. The opacity, you can see most of the picture, but you can take this and go and see right here. That's not really an anomaly. That's actually, see where my cursor is pointing? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but my cursor is actually pointing at the words right now. Okay,
yeah,
good.
We can
so
tell
wherever the, oh yeah, that's right, because I'm on screen share. Sorry, duh. So where the cursor's pointing is where you're going. So if you take the cursor and you go point to something, now we're looking at Abby here, and we're looking at the parts or the pixels that make up Abby. And you can go and see, now see my cursor's now pointing up there at the little thing that popped out.
For the sound speaker, yeah.
From the phone. Right. So you have to always, be aware of that too. Yeah, you can just kind of see how it kind of makes things kind of pop a little bit. Let me go. Now I'm going to lessen take the opacity out of it, where you can't see the picture.
Artist, before I forget, can you tell people that they need to find like the most or like original source too? Like how you said you go back and screenshot from the original Eye of Apophis a lot.
Yeah, I do, because yeah, and so yes.
I think what she's getting at is that every time you take another picture of a picture, you're adding pixelation to it.
Yeah, you're lessening the quality of the photo. So it helps if you're going to do it to go back. Like if I'm going to look at eyes, pick like something from eye, it helps before I look at it like this. Or I play with it on like just a simple photo editing app. If I go back and find it and take a fresh screenshot, because unfortunately we don't have the actual stuff, so we have to use the screenshots, but you can find some, but you have to go back and get a fresh picture, because like I have so many screenshots of stuff that I couldn't tell you when I did that screenshot, or if I screenshotted it again for another purpose, like making a video. So I have to go back and get a fresh screenshot, because the more something is screenshotted, if you screenshot the same thing 8 times, if you take a screenshot, you know what I'm saying.
Right. I think part of the problem is that the images we've seen, we don't know how many times those have been copied before we've seen them.
Well,
right.
Can I
right. Well, that's why I said all you can do is go back as far as you can and try to find like an original like newspaper article, or go try to find a good quality opportunity for a screenshot of like the presser where they show the bridge guy. You know what I mean? Try to go back as far as you can.
Yeah, because you guys were saying how like you had. It does help. Yeah, you said you had like some of the earliest BG photos too, and I remember so many people saying how much the BG image changed, even from like 2017 to maybe it was like 2019, that he became more squat and squished and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, he really did. Like he went from being taller to like shorter and wider. Like if you go and lay them all out like through time, like through all the times, like you can see it. I mean, it's you can definitely see it if you go and lay them out side by side, just like where the image has been like squashed down and like widened, or even maybe slightly like coloration of it has been changed, or different things like that. It is interesting. Someday I do want to go and lay them all out and and just to show you guys, because it is interesting to see. Let's see. Now this is luminance grading. See here. Now we can change like coloration a little bit. See, these are a lot of the things that Aya is doing. I mean, he see how these tools are kind of familiar. They'll kind of give you that same effect. But it really is just being patient and playing around with it. And if you know more about what each of these things do, it'd be faster for you. But if you're a nut like me who will sit here and patiently play with it until I can get it right to where I can actually see stuff. Because see, if I turn this up too high, see, I can't see crap. You see what I mean? I can't see crap, but yet you just got to play with it. But I just wanted you guys to see really that there is something out there where you can do a little bit of a deeper look into things than if you just play with it on a phone app. Let's see. That was the luminance grading. Oh, here you go, Adrian. Here's your pretty colors.
I like those. Yeah.
So
And then Lisa's asking, do you need to do this not on a phone?
I've never tried forensically on the phone. I think it would probably be better on the computer just because it'd have the wider screen. Might be easier to use it. I don't know if you can try it on the phone. I'm not really sure though, because I've never tried it. I'm not sure how well it would work there. I've always done it on this or like a tablet, because I haven't had a computer very long. I went without a computer for a while. So I did it on a tablet for a while. I know I did it there first, but I don't know. You could try it on the phone to see what happens. Yeah, so see how everything now is kind of more embossed, like you were talking about, Adrian. See that?
Yeah.
So you can do that on this too. You can equalize the histogram. See, now we got a whole nother set of colors going on. But I want you guys to look. See here where this stuff is blurred out. You see that blurriness there? That's a good indication that things have been, that this has manipulation in it, because that should not really look like that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. Yeah, I was pointing that out. It was like when it gets blurry and smudgy, when it's supposed to look topographical that way or embossed that way, then that means it's been like kind of like erased or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see there. See, even here, see how you can see like, I don't have the magnification turned way up, so, but you can see the pixels. But then when you get up here, it's like this, there's no like defined line of a pixel. You see what I'm saying?
Wow, that is really weird. That is weird.
And this right now, we're looking at Abby right now, because you can see the legs there. You follow it up, and you can see this is like where her head is really. I wish my stupid volume thing didn't get shot on this one, but it did. But you can just kind of, this is just kind of the stuff. I just wanted to, just kind of show you guys that, hey, there is something that you can go and kind of play with.
No, I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. This is going to be the component analysis. We got input. You can do color, luminance grading. You can do, there you go. There's a difference. This is the difference mode in the principal component. So this is that principal component analysis, and Ayman has mentioned that before. If you guys remember that, and that is available on this app as well.
Okay.
And you can see that. You can change that using the component slider.
Hey, ladies.
As you can see, I'm moving that back and yes.
Yeah.
This has been very informative and interesting, and I'm going to cut out tonight because I've got a grandbaby here, and she's going to be up in 6 hours wanting grandma to play. And
I gotcha.
Yeah.
We're actually going to get out of here pretty soon. I just wanted you guys to see really just like the different things it can do as you move that component slider. Yeah, new day. It's awesome. It's been,
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night, New Day. Thank you so much.
Night, new day.
Good night.
I'm not going to be on here much longer either because it is getting late, and I could get lost. I could literally get lost in the world of doing this because I'm a nut like that. Because I'll stay in here looking at stuff forever.
It's really cool that you're showing.
Yeah, see, this is an
an
inverted. See how I inverted it? So if you look at Abby up there, you can see how you see it where that dark spot is, where my cursor is. Now, if I go and I hit the invert, it'll literally, how should I say this? It'll fill in the, I don't know how to say it. You guys can see it though. See how that changes? See how it looks like there's a cavern over here. Now, if I hit invert, it'll pop it out. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
So like there's a lot of things in here to like look at, for sure. You can do metadata, no thumbnail found. It's going to tell you stuff like that. You can, now metadata is a little weird though with screenshots because I mean, it just is. It's best to go with the original there. You can show a difference. I don't put a lot of faith in metadata off of screenshots, really, in my opinion. I don't see how it could be real. Now the quantitative tables, I mean, this is one part here. This is the JPEG analysis. And I'll be honest, I haven't looked into how to read all this yet or what all this exactly means yet because I just haven't, because I get lost in playing with the other parts. But you can do a string extraction. You guys, I can't really tell you how to explain it exactly. Not tonight anyway, because I'm getting tired if you can't tell. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to see what the Forensically app can do. But like I said, you can also do different things with it in just a regular like photo app, like a photo editor. Or just use your eyes, because there are seriously things that you can just see with your own eyes that are not necessarily correct. So you don't always have to, or necessarily have to go to to an app like that or anything. And if you don't have the patience for it, I get it. But I just wanted you guys to see that there is something out there available if you want to do a little deeper dive. Don't, if it's not your bag, that's okay too. But I just wanted to show that a little bit tonight, and I'm going to let you guys go so much. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I know it was a long one tonight. It was a lot to go over, but just really big on right now looking at this digital stuff, because I've believed for a very long time that it's not correct. And thank you, Adrian, too, for coming on tonight. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you for having me on. Yeah, I did. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, of course. Thank you to everybody in the chat tonight. Thanks to our lovely mods, all of you. And thank you for everybody that comes in. Feel free to leave some more comments. If you have questions, anything, I'll try to answer them. And if your comment disappears, it's probably kicked into YouTube to a YouTube studio for some reason. Just let me know and I'll go find it. Because I know that happened to ACV yesterday or a couple days ago. So it does do that sometimes, and I have no control over it, but I can go fix it. So just let me know. Thank you guys so much, and have a great night. Thanks for coming in.